Yeah. I just want to say that I just want to apologize for, not preparing for this type of thing to happen. I honestly, I honestly believed that, if I did the right thing or if I showed care and compassion for people, if I respected people, if I was respectful to people, that people would be respectful to me too. And hey Tom, hey AJ, um, hey Shepherd's voice. I'm sorry guys that I didn't, wasn't able to get on here at exactly 7, and I had some trouble. I just, I think I need to learn to be more prepared for um, obstacles, and I need to be more prepared for, I try to keep my own feelings and emotions out of things. I try not to respond to things with my own feelings and emotions. Um, but sometimes I forget that I'm a man too, and I have feelings and emotions too. And I'll say this, um, the last I don't know week or so, get this guy. I won't even say his name, but he teaches the Bible, and he's got a little buddy, and he comes here and asking me questions. You know, did it? A person. They think a person can only answer one way. Um, think there was there's a comment under, I think, yesterday's video or the video before that, where they ask questions like, how do you feel about, reincarnation? Or do you believe God hates people? Um, what's the age of consent? You know, and they're like, you can tell, even before you get into how evil those questions are, right? You can tell the spirit behind that, right? It's the same type of spirit, right? And sometimes I wish everybody could see it. But it's the same type of spirit that the Pharisees had, where they were always trying to trap Jesus. They were always trying to trap him in questions like, should we pay tax to Caesar? Thinking that he can only answer the question, in one or two ways. And I hope that these guys that they're teaching the Bible to people, right? And I don't mention their names because I don't want people to go there and be deceived by these people. And but that's the spirit of the Pharisees, right? Um, so this guy asked, and you'll find out who it is, I guess, if you go look, if you care. He asked me, he goes, what is the age that someone could give consent, right? And so I said, there's a lot of questions that you should be asking yourself before um, you ask that, like, um, are you ready for marriage? Are you ready to take care of this person for the rest of your life? How do their parents feel about you? Um, what kind of job do you have? I mean, there's so many different um, questions, right? And there's a template for marriage, right? And when people ask you questions, hey, Matt, about a shape. Hey, Mark. Hey, Shepherd's Voice. Hey, Tom. Hey, AJ. Just want to say hi to everybody real quick. Um, but when people ask you questions like that in a very pointed way where you can only answer it one or two ways, it gives you that's you can just tell the spirit behind it, right? And so when we get the Holy Spirit, right, when we are saved and we get the Holy Spirit, right, that's like our down payment, right, that we're going to the kingdom of heaven, right? And God gives us that confirmation. And so if you're acting in the spirit of Jesus, right? So when he asked me that question, I didn't have an answer for it. I didn't know how to answer that question. He got me, right? And when I answered the question back to him in that way, right? I thought about it, right? And I'm like, wow, that's kind of how the Pharisees are trying to trap Jesus. And it was like, in my own little goofy way, right? I take it seriously, but I'm saying, like, me as a person, I don't take very seriously. I'm very small, very small in the scheme of things, and God does all the work, right? And so my brain had no answer for that, and my spirit wanted him to understand that, as the Bible doesn't work in a way where you get to find a loophole and then question people about it, so that you can get what you want, right? And I tuned in and I heard some of their um, back and forth, and they were talking about how the Lord makes the human body, and people get feelings and urges, and so there must be something behind that. And I'll say this, right? We know, right, as grown people, right, that there are drugs out there, right, in life, right, that can make you have sexual feelings, right, chemically, right, um, that enhance that kind of thing, right. And if they were thinking, and if they were smart, right, they would know that these elite people put chemicals in our food, and they put images on TV, and they put you know, uh, suggestive things in songs, right? That will enhance and increase and bring these types of feelings into people sooner than would normally happen in, naturally in life, right? I would have hello, Superior General. Hello, Michelle. Um, and so, I hope that these guys that I mean, they actually teach the Bible to people, right? They claim to be, well, I don't even know what they claim to be because they're not like me. That's for sure. Um, And so I'm sure that you guys, I don't even have to say their names because we've all dealt with these types of people, right? That they're not really interested in the Bible. They're not really interested in well, maybe they're interested in the Bible in their own way, right? And maybe they study it really hard, right, for their own purposes and see what they want to see in there, right? And are trained to debate you, right? And back you into corners to make you say things that you don't want to say publicly or whatever, you know? And any time that the enemy can make you say something against, what's good or what's bad, or it takes a little bit out of your spirit, you know? And so I'm grateful that in that moment, God confirmed to me that that I'm saved with the Holy Spirit, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that moment where, and maybe it looks like to somebody reading that comment that maybe I put some kind of smart thing to say down there, but it really wasn't me. I give all credit to God, all credit. And I know a lot of times people, um, want to take that credit, and I've been put in a position a lot of times, right, where I gotta defend friends, right, that they make mistakes, um, bad mistakes, I've made mistakes, right, and everybody makes mistakes, and as long as a person, right, wants to get better, and as long as a person is trying, and as long as a person hasn't engaged in activity where they're victimizing people, right? And I mean, I have to look in the mirror and say, well, what has God forgiven me for, right? What has God been tolerant to me about, right? And I'll be honest, like when I had my loan situation where um, I didn't, I had some money problems, right? Right at the time when I was sickest, right before I went into the hospital, and uh, between a few people, um, I'll be honest, what I lost. I lost $1,700, right? And I live on a very, very, very small, tight budget, right? Where I'm only admitting this because of just because I have to admit it. I'm not complaining about my life. I like my life. I couldn't be happier, right? But there's times where I have to eat oatmeal mixed with protein shake, right? 3 times a day, you know, sometimes a year at a time, right? No fruit, no vegetables, no meat, right? Just that, right? And for some reason, I've been okay, right? Of course, I did some damage to my stomach, and I cut corners sometimes in that way, right? And I know that's not normal, right? But I do that, right? Because I live on a very, very tight budget, and I have 2 kids, right? And but I don't want to take money for this stuff, right? But when I needed money, right? Um, there were some people there for me uh, to where I got almost all of that back. I got almost all of that back, and I don't even think it took 2 days. And there were some people that helped more than others, right? And so I appreciate their help, and I could never, ever forget the people that were there for me for that, you know, because I'd lost all my money, and I was too sick to make it happen, you know. And I don't ask anybody for anything ever, you know. I always have enough. I'm always happy, and I don't have really too much extra, right? But I've been kind of making it. I've been kind of like um, scrimping and saving and cutting corners to have a little extra here and there, right? $5 here, $10 there, right? Um, and I was, I mean, I save up money. I'm saving up money right now so that I could get StreamYard. And I've been doing that for 2 months. This is the type of budget I'm talking about, right? Now, it makes me feel better to do it on my own, right? I want to do it on my own. I don't want any money from anybody because it's like it feels like a badge of honor, right? Because you guys were there for me when I needed you, and 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 I had a large sum of money when I needed it, and so and so when I can scrimp and save and give to somebody that is having problems, I do it, you know. Um, but I was attacked by my friend, someone I thought was my friend. Because I was protecting my other friends, you know. And all I wanted was control of my own life, my own channel, my own stuff. And I was promised that, he wouldn't come here and type in here. He said he wasn't going to type in here. There's too many people in here against him. And he pulled too much focus away from what I was trying to do in my message. And it was just too much about him in here. And he said he wasn't going to type in here, and I trusted him. And and then some things happened in here, and some people got banned, and um, I'm not taking sides between anybody arguing with each other. That's not what I'm doing. I can't have someone come in here and controlling everything and controlling me and telling me what I can do. Right? God gave me a gift, right, to build people up, to encourage people, right, to get better. This is a channel for already strong people to come and help people that are trying to get better. Sure, I have friends that I've known a long time that keep making goofy mistakes, keep doing immature stuff, right? But see, I talk to everybody at every chance I get, I talk to my subscribers, right? I say, hey, email me, I'll give you my number, right? And I talk to people for hours on end, you know? Sometimes after I do a stream, I get an influx of messages that don't stop for 4 hours, about people asking me, I need this or I need that, or this person did this or this person did that. And I'm not complaining. I love it. I want 3 times as much more of it. I love being there for you guys. This is my gift from God to be empathetic, to understand, right? To try to help. Now, when one guy came in here and was evil and probably is a disgusting pervert, right? I kicked him out of here, right? I don't tolerate evil in here, right? I'm not saying just be nice to everybody and let people walk all over you, right? I'm not weak, right? I don't ever defend myself when I hear people do that, say that about me, right? Because I don't want to act in my emotions, right? But and I hate saying good things about myself. I hate it, because I don't want to boast about anything. But it takes a very strong act to have somebody say stuff about you, uh, even stuff that might even be twisted a little bit, and not respond to it. It's hard to do that. When anybody's talking about you personally anywhere, it's hard to not tune in and listen to it. You know? I mean, that's just a natural human thing. You're like, wow, somebody's talking about me to other people publicly. I want to know what this is all about. But I just want to let you know that when I restored two people that were banned in my chat, right? To where they're allowed to come back here again. Um, and I blocked a person to try to help him have some restraint, so that he would be able to keep his word that he wouldn't type in here, right? It wasn't a punishment. It wasn't taking sides. It wasn't anything like that. It was just, I just wanted to help my friend have some restraint, and he could have asked me about that, and you know, and I didn't put anybody's name out to embarrass anybody. That's not my style, I don't do that. I pray before everything I do, you know. And there's people that come to me, oh yeah, you need to drop this person, drop that person, do this, do that. This person does this person does that. Yeah, but maybe I see exactly what you see, right? But that's not the only demon I'm facing at this time, right? There's 20 demons coming at me all the time. And in some cases, even people that say that they're there for me, right, are demons too. And so I can't just do what everybody wants me to do, right? And take out the person that they want me to take out, right? And it's not just one person asked me to. It's like dozens of people. So if if you are one of those people, you're normal, right? You're normal. You're just trying to help me out, and I appreciate it. Like, please keep telling me your insights. I appreciate it, because I don't see everything, and but I have to do these things in the time that it takes, and not have tunnel vision on one person, right? Yeah, I might tolerate a person being in here taking over longer than other people would, right? But that's because I believe in that person's potential. I fall in love with someone's potential, even when they're not where I want them to be, you know? And I hope that they're going to get better, you know? I don't expect my own friends to not attack me. Hold on, there's people at my door, okay? I'll be right back. I'm doing a live broadcast right now on my channel. I'm doing a live broadcast. Can you come back like an hour? No, I'm gonna be gone. I know you're busy. I love you so much. If I wasn't live right now, but no, tomorrow. Do you want to walk with me? Yes. I'll be back later. Okay, I love you, baby. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that was so wonderful. I felt bad telling her. Hello? Isn't that a blessing? I forget what I was saying, but somebody knocked on my door. She's the daughter of a lady that gets my groceries for me, and she asked me if I wanted to go for a walk. And I told her I was doing a live broadcast. I couldn't even let her in the house. I felt so bad. Um, but what a nice man. That really just changed my mood. And so tomorrow I told her I'd go for a walk with her. I remember her since see, I've known her mom for 10 years now, and she's, I don't know, got to be in her mid 20s now, but so I've known her since she was a teenager, you know. Yeah, we all need to sort things out, Rowan. That's exactly right, um, because no one can convince you, that's right. But also, there's people that tell me things, and I see exactly what they're seeing, and I'm tracking exactly right. I go, oh man, what you're seeing is exactly right, you know. But like, if there's 20 people coming after you, you got to do things in a way that's best for everybody, and there's only one way to do that, right? Is to pray and have God be involved in every step of the way. Yeah, I can use like my mental abilities and my intelligence or whatever against some people, or I could use whatever, that's all dumb stuff to me, right? It's only the power of God, right? And only for his glory, right? When I have a small victory, I mean, I'm so small. I'm such a small factor in anything. God is the one that does everything. God does everything good. God gets the glory for everything. God gets the credit, right? Thank God I got through this dream, right? Thank God nothing bad happened to anybody, right? Thank God when we are able to help somebody. Not me. I mean, who am I, man? I'm just some guy that's barely making it, Uh, I mean, I'm no one to take advice from. The only reason you guys are here is because you see some kind of spirit in me, right? Because when I look in the mirror, I don't see that in myself. If, I mean, 14 people are here. Maybe people don't think that that's a lot of people, right? But 14 people wouldn't come. I couldn't imagine why 14 people would want to hear me, or why I get almost 100 clicks after this, right? Why would they want to click on there? It's not me. It's the spirit, right? It's the spirit, right? And yeah, I shouldn't have to be scared to go where I go to get the information I get, right, about the jab or about politics or about, I have to go to some weird places, man. And we all know, that I've had this like, you know, 4 year thing with Arwen trying to get him to believe in Jesus and come to the other side, right? And and it's frustrating, man. Like, yeah, I've been like dedicated to this little turd, right, for so long, and obviously it's no good for me, no good for my people, right? But he has some information, right, that's smart that I need, right, to pass on to my people, right? And so if I have to be in there or whatever, then that's, it's what I have to do. I mean, I can't go to places like Bob or Karen or places like that anymore, where I know that, and I can't go by this thing that like you're protecting a person that's protecting a person that's protecting I can't. It gets unreasonable at that point, right? Every time you turn on the TV, right? I don't, but if you turn on the TV, right, all those people are evil and doing nasty, disgusting things. A person that does nasty, disgusting things made your phone. A person that does nasty, disgusting things is on in every song that you've ever heard as a child, right? Or all the way up until now, right? It gets unreasonable at some point, right? Like, yes, I know, right? Yes, I know that people are going to slip in when you're forgiving and you're trying to be nice, right? People are going to slip in that are not good people. But I want to help the people that want to be helped. And you know what? I'm not going to be told, right, that I can't help somebody that makes mistakes. Because I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not going to make you listen to me bragging about all the people I helped or what I can do or anything like that. Who wants to hear that? I'm not going to sit here and guilt trip you about, my situation, right? I don't want to do that, right? And I'm definitely not going to let anybody tell me where I could go or what I could do or where I get my information for, right? When I do my research, right? You know, if I'm in somebody's chat, right? And I'm, or whatever, and it's not someone that people like or whatever, I don't go very many places, that's for sure. But no, none of these people could be trusted. None of them where I go. Where do we go? I'm trying to create a place where people can go and feel okay. You know, where do I go to get this information that I need about certain things, health stuff, and what's going on with people wearing masks and all this other stuff that regular people do care about. I don't care about any of that stuff, but regular people do care about it. Where else do I go for that, or what the truth community's up to, or what the little gossip is or something. I pop in and check on everybody. I'm not trying to align myself with everybody. I pop in the chat and I wave and I say hi to the people. I don't align myself with everybody. I'm not part of. If I in my younger days when I turned on Family Ties, I'm not aligned with Michael J. Fox. He's not my buddy, right? And I'm not going to let anybody control me and tell me where I could go and who I can help and who I can have in my chat. I'm not scared of nobody. The only person I fear is God. And if people want to say bad things against me, fine. I, I have people making videos about me ever since I started this thing. People call me the devil, people saying I'm this, people saying I'm that. I don't really feel inclined to respond to that. Does it hurt when I care about the person? Yeah, it does. It hurts me because I care about them, right? But that only goes so far. Then I got to kick the dust from my feet, right? If you want to talk about me after that or try to, twist things to demonize me, go ahead. Go ahead. You know, I'm, I don't ever boast about that I used to be in the army and that I was a soldier. I don't boast about being, tough or whatever. I don't boast about being, or what, I don't talk about that, right? People probably forget that I even probably could fight. People probably don't even know. I mean, they forget how big I am or whatever. I've, I've, I've had Arwen talk to me in ways that if I was in front of him, he would never say those things to me. But I don't go and confront people in my emotions either, right? Like it does me no good in my spirit, right? To intimidate somebody, right? I'm not here to intimidate anybody. I'm here to help. And I'm not here to help in the way that I know how. I'm here to pray about every move, right? And I'm here to take my time and be patient and be humble, right? Because I just do my best. And I know that, and I tried this when I first started the channel to make everybody happy, to do what everybody wanted me to do, especially when someone was important to me, someone like Tom or so if he wanted me to do something and I couldn't do it, right? I felt bad that I couldn't do it because the more I care about somebody, right? the harder it is that I can't do what they want me to do, right? And so, yeah, I want to do everything everybody's way, the way they think I should do it. Sure, I do. I want to make everybody happy, but I can't. And I had to really start understanding that right away. But I'm not afraid to publicly go up and say, hey, these people are my friends. They made mistakes, right? I'm not afraid to publicly say that, right? But I'm not going to go up there and bark at nobody and talk mean to them just because you want me to. I'm going to be respectful to people, right? If they're not respectful to me, that's on them. If I go to somebody's channel, I'm going to respect their rules and and I'm going to respect the fact that they're in charge of their own stuff. I'm not going to do anything that they didn't tell me I could do, right? And people want to demonize me or whatever, and they for protecting somebody that has done something in the past that I've had nothing to do with, right? Then fine. Everybody's done stuff that we're not proud of. But that's the whole idea of talking to somebody, getting to know them, getting to know their heart, getting to know what kind of person they are, right? Are they bad people? Are they intending to do these things? Like or are they just making dumb mistakes in their emotions? You know? Yeah, I agree. There's some stuff that I don't like that my friends do that is probably too far and it is crossing the line, right? And I don't. It makes it hard to. I try to tell people that I normally I'm in a position where I got to defend them. Please don't make it hard for me to defend you to other people, please. I mean, I still will, but it makes it harder on me, And people know, right? But I don't have to go putting people out there and embarrassing people or attacking people or saying their name, right? That's not important to me. It's not important to me at all. I just want to be in control of my own stuff. It's my business who comes here. It's my business who doesn't come here, right? It's my business who, you know, if people can't tell that I care about them and they think that I'm evil, right? Well, then fine, right? I scrimp and save as hard as I can to send a couple bucks if I can, because not because I want any credit for it, not because I want any, any sympathy. It's because I care. I want you to make it. Just like people were there for me when I needed it, right? And there's a reason why people are there for me when I need it, right? It's because in order to have friends, you have to be a friend, you know? And when I give something to somebody, it's not really not even, it's not even about me doing something for you. It's just about like, you know, I want to help you become what you can be. I can see what you can be for God if you can get there. You know what I mean? And, I might even join the little $1.99 a month or whatever. I might even join the little member group or something if there's a real cheap one or something. Because you know what, if I go somewhere and I learn something, right, that has value to me, right? And so if I need that person to keep doing what they're doing, right, and I need them to exist, right, then they need to be able to take money from me, right? And look, I hate that we have to even operate on money. Like money, I hate that money even has to be a thing. Like, I mean, and then, you get into all these arguments. Is our money based on gold? Is our money based on, I don't care about anything shiny in this world. I don't even know why gold is worth anything to anybody, right? It's not worth anything to me, you know? And you could base the money on dog poo for all I care. Sorry for saying that, guys. But I mean, it's the same thing to me. You know, I mean, somebody way back in the day took all the shiny stuff and traded it in for paper, and now I got to live with that deal, you know? So, yeah, I didn't come up with any of these systems. It's a joke if you ask me, you know? This whole world isn't real to me. I don't belong here, right? I belong with God, right? So I can't love God right in this body. I want to love God better and better and better every day, right? I want to love God. I want to serve God, you know. And you know, Tom brought up something one time to me way back when we first started. He said that his friend said that he couldn't wait to get up to heaven and sing while I'm doing it to him. That's how I feel inside. I'm not trying to get any kind of credit from you guys or for you guys to like or dislike that. That's how I am. You know, most people think it's not a desirable uh, trait of mine, but I don't care what people think of me, right? I'm not trying to impress Christians by saying that, right? I, most people I tell that to in life look at me like I'm an idiot, and I don't care, right? And oh, and hey, that's a good point, Michelle. Um, we should all subscribe to each other, you know, in here because it's good to form like a like a web ring, you know, to where if one of our channels goes down, we can share information with each other by putting it out, you know, and then we'll get it fast. And I know that it's a pain in the butt to try to find everybody, but if you see somebody like Michelle or Bunny in there, or somebody with a big channel, you know, or and that's your thing, and that's what you want to learn or whatever, then that's on you guys, you know. And you know, I'll just say that I've known Michelle a pretty good amount of time, and I've seen her in person. She's a real person. You know, it's a lovely lady. She's a good spirit for God. You know, so I would probably subscribe to Level Up, and I subscribe to everybody because I don't want to leave anybody out. You know, and you know, I do want to say that you know, Cindy's been around since I had like 150 subscribers, and she's been watching ever since then. Almost every video that I put out, you know, the videos I put out, me and Tom, and even all these ones, you know, and so yeah, I have a soft spot for her, even when, you know, something could even be her fault, right? Then you know, I'd probably even give her a little more leeway, right? And I admit to that, right? Uh, you know, you get to know people and you get to know their heart and their intentions. Or no one's going to be perfect, right? And I just want to say that, you I know that she's hurting right now, and you know, um, she's upset at me. I don't know, you know, but it is what it is, and I just want her to get better. You know, she took a bad fall. She's had to take some strong medication, and I don't think any of us could be expected to keep our right mind during all that, you know. And she's pretty good at keeping her right mind. So let's pray for her. Let's pray for everybody, you know. I even pray for the man that's attacking me, you know. Pray for him to find peace and comfort, you know. Some peace inside. And that's real, you know. I mean, want everybody to make it in life. I want everybody to make it to the best possible place. Like I want every creature to make it. I don't want any creature that's alive, that's ever been alive, right, to suffer at all, ever. I don't, and um, that's the hardest thing that, when I read the Bible, and I know that it's a narrow road and very few will find it, right? It hurts me to know that not everybody's going to make it. It does. I want to believe that there are people that can, start from where they are and make it, but there are people in the world that want to hurt people. And that's horrific too. I just can't wait for, in the kingdom to see all the look on people's faces that had suffering in their lives, and they get to the kingdom alone to see the look on their face when they see what their life is going to be like for eternity and contentment. I think that is good, going to be good. And I don't care if, you know, it's embarrassing to even talk about that because I know I only qualify to go to heaven because of the Lord Jesus Christ paying the price for my sins, and that I wouldn't be able to go on my own efforts. But like, even if God made me some kind of a king, up there, I would still want to wash feet. I mean, I would do what God tells me to do, but I wouldn't mind washing feet. As long as I felt good and I felt included and I felt loved and I felt like no one was going through any kind of suffering, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. But before we get attacked, and before the stream goes down, I would just like to tell you guys, please have some patience and some understanding for people that are hurting. Not everybody that comes at you is necessarily your enemy. Well, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a little story. And then we'll round out. Okay? There was a little bird, right? And he was in the snow, in the cold. He had a hurt wing. He couldn't fly south for the winter. He was freezing cold and getting buried in snow. And he was tweeting out for help. Tweet, tweeting out for help. And because he was going to die. And a cow came along. It took a big old crap on him. And the bird hated it, right? But he started to warm up, and and he was unfreezing, and he found out he was gonna live. He's like, wow, this is great. And he started singing, tweet, 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 right? He was happy, right? Even though he just got pooped on. And a cat came along, hearing the tweeting, and snatched him out of the poo and ate him. you know? And the moral of the story, right, is that not everyone that craps on you is necessarily your enemy. And not everyone who gets you out of crap is necessarily your friend. And if you're warm and happy, be quiet. I'll see you guys later. God bless you. And Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace.